Got a dilemma. It's related to the video I did about the Oculus Quest Pro. And you know that I said it wasn't for me. It kind of might be. Now, it's not that I'm going back on what I said. I still believe that for the majority of people, it might actually not be for them. But not that I'm special or unique, just a bit weird, probably. But what I do have is I've got an index, a Valve index, and an Oculus Quest 2. And I don't use the Valve index. I use the Quest 2. And just the other day I was thinking about buying a Pico 4. You know, the new one that's basically TikTok. Basically their thing. So really I only want to get something. If I'm going to get something, I want something that's a step beyond what I've already got. I don't just want to get another headset for the sake of having another headset, because I know I won't use it. And in that regard, that's kind of where the Pico 4 sort of immediately died. For me, anyway. It's a great headset, incredible value. But one of the key points is that I would have to have just another headset, because it doesn't connect to anything like the Quest, the Meta Quest store, or anything like that. It's an independent, it's its own thing. So I would have to then be buying software and games and so on that I would probably already have, or indeed may not be able to get, because they're exclusives that are related to just the Quest, which is probably more likely because they've got the big bucks. That's the main driver for VR at the moment, is the Quest. So yeah, the rambling that I'm doing right now, basically the crux of it is, do I sell the Valve Index and the Quest 2 and use that money towards a Quest Pro? One of the people that commented in the original video that I did the other day about the Quest Pro was that they said there's like a full like mask thing that you can attach to the Quest Pro that makes it, you know, darkens everything like the Quest 2 does. And I wasn't aware that that was a thing, because without it, VR would be a bit ropey, because you'd have all this light bleed coming through underneath and around, which for augmented reality, it works. You kind of got that attachment still with the room, you're not isolated from it, and then you got this, you know, the whole AR thing going on in front of you. But if you can then do the AR aspect and then move it into a more VR device, that to me makes it more appealing. And you add the fact that it has the Pancake lenses and so on, which to me is a huge thing, because one of my bugbears with VR, and has been for a long time, is the lenses that are used, and just the God rays and all the blurriness and so on, and the fact that it's very difficult to get a decent sort of fitting on your head so you get a good picture. It always sort of slides down or moves a bit, so it's always tends to be quite difficult for me with the VR stuff that I've had or known. So my thinking is perhaps then with everything I do related to sort of work and business and so on, it could benefit me on that front in terms of the augmented reality. So instead of sitting in front of this bloody great monitor, I've got a huge 21 by 10 or whatever it's called. It's the super wide Samsung thing. And if I can then just sort of sit down on the sofa and plug it into my laptop, and then have a similar, if not more, environment that allows me to do what I need to do, that is kind of a big thing. And then I can then use that same device as a VR headset for all the normal Quest 2-ish stuff that I would do. And then of course I can connect it to the computer for gaming through the Steam store and all of that. Now here's the thing, this is what I'm kind of asking you guys for. Is there another headset that's kind of still out there in terms of it's a great headset in terms of the technological advances that it's making, where I'm not going to in a year's time think, oh, I wish I'd got something else now? Is there something that you're aware of? Or, you know, do I just keep what I've got and just... I was always going to get the PSVR 2. That there was never ever going to be a point where it was either or. I was, you know, I was always going to get that because I had the original PSVR and loved that with its limitations. But what it did was incredible. Do I go push the button and get a Quest Pro? Probably wait for some of the reviews, because what a lot of people are saying is still the battery thing. The pass-through cameras apparently are not that great, so that's a concern. Certainly if it's like I'm using it for AR. So I have some... There's a degree of reticence in terms of what it's actually capable of. You know, there's all the craziness of what Facebook Meta tell us what it is, and then the reality of the use of that. I really need to see that, so I'm not going to pre-order it because I really want to see what the reviews are. But if it's fit for purpose on the AR front, and you can, and I know you can blank it out like the AR, and people are saying, and I see some of its abilities on the AR front, and it's, instead of taking anything away, it's just adding to it through its own capabilities in terms of hardware, then I might just go for it. But anyway, what are your thoughts? You know, what should I do? Should I go for it? Should I sell the Quest Pro, Quest 2 and the Valve Index? Because I just haven't used the Valve Index in over a year. And I can still get a fairly decent price for that. Or is there another headset, ignoring the PSVR 2, because I was always going to get that, but is there another headset that you think I should get instead? Let me know. I really could do with your thoughts on this. And as ever, subscribe, like, click the bell, and all those other wonderful things. And I'll see you next time. Take care.